I just wanted to take a couple minutes and do a video update on my current health/eye situation. A couple people have been asking me, and man, I really am humbled by the people that have shown concern because everybody's got something going on for sure. And in the scheme of things, no matter how bad this might get, it's not as bad as it could be. It's definitely not life-threatening. But anyway, just a recap for those that don't know exactly what happened. A week ago yesterday, so about 8 days ago, Thursday afternoon, everything was cool. Everything was good to go. I was actually reading my iPad on the couch in the maybe 2 o'clock or somewhere around that time frame, and next thing I know, I'm trying to read and I can't read with my glasses on. Of course, I wear corrective lenses, and I thought it was kind of weird. At first, I thought it was kind of blurry, but upon troubleshooting it a little more myself over the course of a few days, it really wasn't blurry. What it was double vision, and it was a little more than double vision, or it wasn't a little more. It wasn't like double vision. You see two images, and I did see two images, but like, for example, if there was a line of text that you'd see a line of text and you're reading it's horizontal, I saw two lines of text, and instead of being horizontal, they were diverging like this, or more importantly, it was like this. So one was horizontal and the other one was kind of breaking away from at an angle. And I think I narrowed it down to my left eye. So if I closed either eye or covered either eye, I was still able to read. I was still able to focus to a good degree on whatever it was. And this was only in the reading distance. Best I could tell, my far vision was unaffected. I mean, it may have been affected a little bit, but not that I could tell. It looked like it was still normal, but my reading was not, so I'd have to close one eye. So that's why I was wearing a patch, and that was me. That wasn't the doctors or anybody, just because it's easier to cover your eye, and if you ever have to do that, than it is to hold one closed, because it just puts strain on your eye. So that was Thursday afternoon, and that was on or off. If I rested for a while, and then I could read for a while, and then it would happen again throughout Thursday evening. So I figured Friday morning, maybe just rest. My eyes were tired. Got up Friday morning, and as soon as I opened my eyes, tried to read, because the first thing I do when I get up, I just grab my phone and kind of catch up on what's going on. And it was jacked, and it never cleared up like it did a little bit on Thursday afternoon. So I did a little research, and through the encouragement of others, I decided to go to the emergency room Thursday or Friday afternoon, because if you have a sudden change in vision, it could be caused by a stroke and some other heart-related issues. I really didn't think that's what it was. I mean, I had no other symptoms of a stroke, anything like that. Normally my slurred speech is self-inflicted, if you know what I'm talking about. So I went to the emergency room, and I don't know what that's going to end up costing me, but they ended up admitting me because I went so late in the day that they wanted to do an MRI to make sure my noggin was good, and they weren't doing those anymore. They weren't going to do it open again until 8 in the morning. So I was in the emergency room, or while I was in the hospital, they did a ultrasound on both of my carotid arteries to make sure there was no blood flow issues, and that was 100% normal. They did an echocardiogram, if you don't know what that is, like an ultrasound of the heart, with a bubble test in addition, which you have to look that up. I don't want to explain it right now. But everything was good. And when the Saturday morning I did the MRI and the results came back, and I didn't see a neurologist, but the hospital doctor talked to the neurologist and said he didn't see anything wrong, didn't see any reason he even needed to see me, so they discharged me Saturday night. Still, at this point, no change in my vision. I still had the same issue, and the hospital has no eye people on. I guess if you come in with a nail sticking out of your eye or something, they have somebody to deal with that. But my situation, I saw absolutely nobody specifically regarding my eyes. in the hospital. They didn't have anybody deal with that. And and backing up to Friday, I tried to call the VA to make an appointment with the ophthalmologist, and VA appointments are just really not conducive to quick care. I'm not going to talk too much bad about the VA because they're just overwhelmed, but luckily well, I wouldn't say luckily, but they were able to get me in on urgent for a week later, which was yesterday. So I went ahead and made that appointment. And in the meantime, when I got out of the hospital, I tried to get an appointment in the community within here, just at a regular practice, to see if somebody else could see me, and nobody else could see me before that anyway, and I needed to go to VA for some other issues, so I went ahead and kept that appointment and went down there yesterday. And I'll break away from this for a minute, because some people have asked me, and I understand. They're asking me, why am I going to the VA? Because I am a retiree. I do have TRICARE, so I can and the TRICARE I have, I can go to any doctor I want without a referral. So two-part reason is for that is the VA. I have them as my primary care provider, which I don't have to, but I do, for a number of reasons, and mainly it's to do with disability-related issues. If you have a disability-related issue, the VA has to be the one to treat it anyway, even though it doesn't cost anything. So that just makes sense to go to them for those issues. And if I have an issue with something that's pre-existing that I don't have disability for and becomes an issue, it's much easier to document that problem and towards disability if that becomes something that needs to be done. So I probably babbled through that, probably didn't make much sense, but I think the veterans will probably understand what I'm talking about. So I went to the appointment yesterday. The funny thing is, Richmond's about an hour and a half away where the VA hospital is. A huge facility, but this whole time my vision's still been unchanged. It's still been jacked up. Yesterday morning I got up, woke up, same thing. Vision's the same. Took a shower, got something to eat, and about an hour before we left for the appointment, I happened to look down at my phone, and my vision's okay, or I mean, almost normal. It's hard to tell because what normal is, but I didn't have the double vision issue. And I was like, you've got to be shitting me. I'm getting ready to go to this appointment, tell my eyes are jacked up, and my eyes aren't jacked up anymore. I'm laughing. It's not funny. People could say, hey, just be happy, it went away. I'm not like that. Like if I have a problem with my car and it mysteriously goes away, I don't like that. I'd rather it just stay so I can figure it out, because an intermittent problem is very hard to diagnose. And so it was a few hours before I got to the appointment, and my vision isn't completely better. Sometimes it'd be better, sometimes it wouldn't. So had the appointment with the doctor. That took forever because the ophthalmologist, or the optometry in general at the VA, you're talking, that has to be the busiest clinic. There was tons of people in the waiting room. My appointment, they didn't even see me until an hour after my appointment, and the appointment took an hour or so. And I got a resident, so instead of an actual practicing doctor, I got a resident, so a young guy. And I'm fine with that, really. I mean, that's how you gain experience. Nobody's born knowing these things. So he did a bunch of checks and tests on me, and then he went to consult with one of the senior doctors there, and the senior doctor came in, and so it's like I said, the images when I've got double vision and it's only in the reading plane that I can tell. It's diverging away. And if you look at something, focus on something, and just kind of note where that's at horizontally, vertically, like right here, and close one eye, and then open that eye and close the other eye, it should stay in that spot. It'll move left and right just because your eyes are, different, different located different horizontally, but vertically they're the same unless you're got your head cocked. So, but what they determined, and I had actually figured this out too, is if I closed my eye or focused on this and say closed my left eye, it would stay here, but if I closed my right eye, it would go down here. So, depending on which eye was open, I was seeing it in a different area, and that's what's causing the double vision. So they confirmed that they could see that happening when they looked at my eyes, and I was focusing on something, doing some drills. But unfortunately, I have no idea what they're thinking, because all they did at the end of the day is said, get some blood work done. And one of the things they said, it maybe could be two different things. One thing, I can't even remember what they said it was. They're going to try and rule some stuff out with the blood work. The other thing was a type of autoimmune disease. And I should know the name of this because I have a friend that just got diagnosed with it, that actually attacks the muscles. Your immune system attacks the muscles and you lose strength, so your body becomes weak. But I don't have any of those symptoms, and they said this disease could attack any particular muscle, and I just find it odd that it might attack one muscle that controls something about with one of my eyes, not both of my eyes, and not any part of the rest of my body. So I'm not saying, I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying that's not it. I don't think that's it. And the other thing, I can't remember what they said it was. So here I am. This morning I got up, and right off the bat I had the double vision. But since then, at least before making this video, I was able to read without the issue. So I don't know. I'm kind of in limbo. They didn't even tell me. I said, well, what's the next step? Am I coming back? I mean, based on these blood results, am I going to hear back? And I'm not impressed with the communication on that end. So I don't have anything but time now. So I'll probably try to get an appointment on the community here and use my TRICARE on that one and see what that ophthalmologist says and go from there. But it really sucks. Other people have, like I said, I don't want people feeling sorry for me, but I don't. Sympathy is great, and care about that. But we all know people that have life-threatening or potentially life-threatening issues, and in the scheme of things, we're talking quality of life here, not life-threatening. And quality of life clearly isn't as big of a deal as life-threatening, but still, it's a pain in the ass because I'm the type of person, I want to know why. You can tell me all the bad news you want, and I'll wrap my mind around it and get on with it. But just the not knowing is like the worst thing ever for me anyway, and I think for most people, because it just doesn't allow you to come to grips to whatever's going on. And heck, vision, when we think about all the things, visions, I've always thought about vision, hearing, whatever. What would you, if you had to lose one thing, what would it be? And but vision wouldn't be one of the ones I'd pick, because so many of the things I enjoy doing rely on that, and that includes, handling and shooting firearms and riding motorcycles and looking at a nice looking woman, and having the vision to look at a nice looking woman and still realize your wife's not looking, so she don't get smacked up the side of the head. But anyway, that's it for now. I don't have much more to say. This is pretty long, and again, I'm just doing this video not to get attention, but to answer the questions for those that have it. And I probably forgot to address something, but Harper's pretty broke up about the whole deal, really. She gave me a task this morning, and she decided she'd just go ahead and walk right through the screen door instead of waiting for us to open it or going to the door that was open. So that's one more thing I get to do is rescreen. That's 2 doors I got to rescreen this year. But anyway, I hope you all having a great day. And again, appreciate the thoughts and concern. But focus on your own lives. Don't worry about me. It's all going to work out here. And hope you all have a great day.